gift isn't a gift if there's pressure behind it.
Yes, and nobody wants to be the reason you're in debt or the reason you're stressed out.
Right, exactly. Best DIY gift that I think lasted the longest. Do you know what I'm going to say? You have one too.
The dried florals.
Cindy's fresh flowers, which turned into dried flowers.
We don't need to feel bad. Like, if certain things are not working for us in certain seasons, like, it's supposed to be about peace on earth, goodwill toward men. Like, let's not run ourselves ragged.
I'm sorry, but if you're a Christian and you're telling someone that we shouldn't be celebrating this holiday that pretty much everyone knows is celebrating the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and you're gonna find a way to twist that and say it's not something worth celebrating.
We always sign up for the outdoor routes because one time we went into a retirement home and Josh literally was like almost passing out. I'm like, leaned up against the wall, like, because they keep it like 85 degrees in there.
Yeah, and you're like wearing coats.
I feel like we should start out casually.
We should start out with like clinking a glass or something.
But here we sit so dressed up.
Yes. Very classy.
Welcome to a casual conversation about all things Christmas, right?
Yes. Merry
We decided in the honor of the occasion, we're going to dress up in our favorite dresses, which we realized coincidentally after we sat down are both Amazon dresses.
Yep.
And our shoes too.
I wore this dress last year
them.
for our family photo shoot.
Okay. This was my Christmas dress last year, and it doesn't really look as good this time around.
I think it looks cute.
But I was like, do I really need another formal dress? So we're just kind of making it work. I did find a black velvet one that I might keep.
Ooh.
I haven't decided. It was really pretty, but anyway. Yeah. How have you been?
Good. It's been a crazy day. Kind of confusing, but Eric's grandfather passed away over the weekend, so it was very sad. And he was just the sweetest old man. My favorite thing about him was his like little giggle, chuckle, and he would shake his whole body. It was just adorable. He was such a smart guy and just so well loved and respected by everyone who knew him. So it's, I don't know, that Burkholder family, there's something special about them. All the cousins just like get along so well. They're so close, and there's so many of them. I don't know why I'm launching into this whole speech, but
well, tis the season for family time.
Yeah,
right?
They are spread out over the world. Someone's coming from Thailand, from Nepal, from Guatemala, I think, from the other side of the country for the funeral. Like, they do so many incredible things with their lives, and they're just really exciting people. A lot of them foster, some adopt. I really love them so much, and it's going to be a sad funeral for sure. But he also lived a full life, so, you know, it's a celebration too. Anyway, I say that to say Eric was planning to get LASIK surgery on Monday, and now that's when the funeral is planned for. So he last minute talked the doctor into letting him do it today.
I'm sure. If
yesterday. Yeah,
Eric would do that.
I was like, how is this working? Like, you don't hear of this stuff happening. Like, he went for a consult, and they ended up dilating his eyes and measuring them and everything to prep for surgery today. So he had that done. He's at home right now. The boys are helping him eat, leading him to the bathroom, leading him around. I think he's putting it on a little bit, like, where's my sausage? It was so cute. But he should be able to open his eyes now. So hopefully
at 6 o'clock, you said, right?
Yeah.
So that's about right now.
Yeah. So I mean, they know he's not blind, which I was a little worried about.
They know it worked.
Yeah. I mean, they don't really know how. He had really bad astigmatism, so they're not sure like how close it got. He might have to do another surgery to like get it to fine tune it, but I don't really know a lot about it. But yeah, it's not. He's not in pain or anything really. So I'm sure everything will be fine. The boys are taking good care of him. Josh is going to go check in on them maybe.
Yeah, there we go.
So, yeah, it was just kind of I didn't even take him. That's a whole nother story, but I had commitments at school, and I could have gotten out of them if it was an emergency. But it's like, I'll see if I can find someone to take me.
Who took him then?
An old employee.
Oh, that's fun.
An old coworker, and I talked to him a little bit. He just seemed thrilled to spend time with Eric. And to, like, Eric has so many amazing people in his life that he does a lot for people. So when he needs a favor, he doesn't feel bad asking, and people are more than willing to help him because he helps a lot of people. So I think, that's awesome. You get what you give. So he has a lot of amazing people in his life. So
wow. I think the most exciting thing for me this week was my magnolia garland that I made that took 3 hours, and it still could be longer. But anyway, I'm just so thankful to speaking of old people, my old man neighbor guy who lets me just come hack up his giant magnolia bush. you can never tell I made a dent in it till it's over with.
Yeah,
because
sure.
it's so huge. But anyway, that was fun. And now I was like, I should really make one for my mailbox like I did last year, but I just don't have it in me anymore. Like, I'm so done.
3 hours is a big project for a decoration.
Yeah. And I worked on it for like a couple different days. And then like for Josh today or tomorrow, I'm taking the kids to the donut trailer for the last time for the year because they're closing down. No more donuts or soft pretzels. It's so funny. Josh, if you're not sure what's going on, he has been helping out with a donut trailer for a business in the area, and they've been doing it all summer, but they're closing down for the winter. And originally Josh thought they're just going to figure out a way to like weatherproof it and stuff and make it warm, and they just can't because the dough, like the sourdough dough or whatever, does not rise at all.
That's so crazy.
So basically the donuts that you're getting are way more dense. So they're like, if we can't put out our product correctly, like forget it.
Yeah.
So anyway, tomorrow they're parked at a turkey farm. And so I guess they have all these people going through for the holidays to get their turkeys and stuff.
Fun.
And so I want to go one last time, have one last soft pretzel right off the truck. And then it's kind of the end of an era.
Yeah.
Like, it's officially wintertime.
Right.
Oh, man. Anyway, should we get into the episode today? I'm
Yes.
excited. It's like a holiday special. I'll put in all the timestamps and stuff. I think we're really excited about this one. Last year, we filmed a holiday episode, and it never saw the light of day.
Nope.
Because we had technical issues, and so this is our redemption arc, right?
Yes, it better be.
So before we get into anything else, let's start out with our
Homemaker Hot Take.
So I think mine is very seasonal. I just have down that candy canes are definitely overrated. I don't really like them.
I don't disagree. I mean, I don't think they're disgusting, but I don't really take the time or effort to eat one usually. They're
like,
kind of a mess.
Yeah, toothpaste on a stick.
Yeah, they look cute in a mug of hot chocolate.
Oh, that's true. I'm not a peppermint coffee girl either.
Yeah,
like,
when I was little, I used to like to lick them into like a dagger, you know, like the really
yeah,
sharp
and they were
point.
so sharp.
They're so sharp.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's.
I love that candy cane story though. Do you have that one?
Yeah,
book?
I've read it.
I like that one. The Legend of the Candy Cane. It's a really good book.
Cool. My homemaker hot take is that recipes are a suggestion. And if you know me for any amount of time, you know I live by this. I could go on and on about how important it is to learn to look at a recipe and improvise and change it to your dietary needs, to your inventory in your fridge. There's just so many reasons to not follow a recipe. I mean, for one, it's just more exciting to not follow the recipe. So I think that everyone should learn. First of all, you do need to learn how to read a recipe. If you don't know how to read a recipe and follow it, you don't really know how to not follow it either. So reading a recipe is a skill, but there is also a skill that can be learned to learn how to improvise and even to learn how to cook without a recipe at all. And that's probably a whole other topic. But for now, we're just stick with look at a recipe, use it as a guide, think of it as a suggestion. I rarely follow a recipe to a T, and that really bothers some people. But that is my hot take.
I bet a lot of people would agree with you. The only thing is, I think you should, if you're going to be like going rogue, you should journal at the end. If it got good, you should write down what you did, jot it in the cookbook.
Ain't got time for that.
But then you'll never have it good again.
That's
all
right.
Be that good again.
Next time might be even better.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I definitely agree. Like cooking, especially baking. Yes. Although I have fun combining like different baking recipes together, like this glaze on this bread and things like that. But when you're messing with ratios and stuff, you're gonna get a subpar.
But it's a skill. Yeah. Like I don't have that in baking. I'm not there yet. But some people know how much flour it takes to how much baking soda or whatever. And like if you get to that level of culinary skill, then you don't need to follow a baking recipe either. I will admit I am not there yet. I have to follow
I feel pretty
the recipe.
confident with baking, but like bread, not the bread thing. The bread thing, I'm just like, if the dough doesn't look right, I don't know what I did wrong, and I'm just like lost.
Baking is hard.
Like bread baking, yeah. But like cookies and stuff, oh my, put brown butter in instead of regular butter, or like mix different chocolate chips, or like all that. That's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah,
there is a little bit you can do.
Or I forget to read the recipe and I just like mix all the cookie dough the same, like dry ingredients, wet ingredients. No, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed
so bad for that.
Yeah, you're supposed to let this room temperature egg yolk and like blah, blah, all this stuff.
Yeah, so I definitely don't even follow the recipe completely when I'm baking.
But I try to be very particular if it's for like other people. I don't know. I just like don't want to promise to bring something and then it's like I'm embarrassed to set it there, you know?
Right.
Oh man. Okay, so we have a lot of different topics to get into today. Can we talk at all about gifting, because this is going out before Christmas time? Like, what can we really say? First of all, do you have something that you're getting Eric that you're excited about?
Nope.
That's the hardest. Shopping for my husband, like shopping for Josh and shopping for my mom and mom-in-law.
So
like
frustrating.
every Christmas and birthday and Mother's Day and Father's Day, I feel like I don't know what to do.
Honestly, like, I don't know how big of gifts we're gonna get each other this year. In the past years, we haven't been getting each other big gifts, really. I mean, Eric often gets me something, but I just don't know what to get him, because if he wants something, he buys it. I should try to get him a little something, but it's just so hard. And, we like to go on vacations and stuff too, and I don't know.
Well, gifts aren't our love language, but I feel like the kids like to watch Josh open something.
Yes.
So I usually buy him some type of clothes that he needs, and the gift is not the clothes. The gift is that he doesn't have to go shopping for those clothes. He hates clothing shopping.
I can't buy clothes
So
for Eric.
I do that. Okay, Josh is like a standard medium 32 jeans, like
He
size 11 and a half shoes.
He will hate everything I buy. Like, it's
Oh, he's pretty picky.
He is picky, and he he doesn't need clothes. He takes very good care of having a very stocked wardrobe.
Oh,
He's always buying clothes, and golf accessories is probably what I'll end up getting him.
Yeah.
Balls, whatever.
Yeah. Josh has been saying he wants to learn to play guitar next year. I'm like, I don't know. I was
that's random.
Like, no, he's been saying this for years, but the funny thing is, a couple years ago, I borrowed his sister's guitar and brought it home, and it was there for an entire 2 months, and he never picked it up one time. He didn't even pick it up. He didn't look at it, nothing. He never got it out of the case. I'm like, well, there you go.
So how serious
But
are
he's
you?
really, he's like, if he dies, that would be his biggest regret, that he never learned to play guitar. And like, he loves to sing and stuff. So anyway, I'm like, that's a cute ambition, but do I go... Anyway, so I'm in contact with a guy on Facebook Marketplace. I think I'm just going to go get him like something cheaper. And if he's still playing it in a year, then I know instruments. I know what brand I want. I know all that stuff. But why invest the money now if it's going to be a hobby that dies out in 3 months?
Right.
But
I mean, at least he'll say he tried.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
and then
awesome.
he can't have a regret, right?
It's a good idea.
I don't know, but I think for my mom, I'm just going to go. I can say this because I think we're going to I'll do it tomorrow or next week. I'm just going to get her a green live wreath and just drop it off one day and be like, Merry Christmas. Because I just don't know what to do. Like, some years I have great ideas. Last year we got them like an expensive gift because my parents do so much for us. And so I feel like they deserve it. But like, if I can't think of something, I'm not going to drop a ton of money on them and then they're going to be annoyed about it because it's not something they wanted. Yeah. We got them a propane fire pit last year. So
nice.
Yeah. Anyway, gifting is hard. I don't know. I feel like, especially when you have double in a gender, like you have two boys. I have two boys.
They often end up getting very similar gifts. And then their birthdays are both in November, 2 weeks apart. So I really struggle with what to get them. I think we got them pretty big birthday gifts this year. So I think we're going to do, I don't know, I have to talk to Eric because I usually come up with some ideas and then Eric's like, he wants to get them something too. Gift giving is his love language.
Okay.
So he will want to get them something too, which is fine, and his gift will be more cherished and loved than whatever I buy them, but that's okay. So I think I'll probably maybe get them like a lot of little stuff, like notebooks for church, pens,
new PJs or slippers or a camp chair,
or some little fun things. That they are 6 and 8. Well, Finley will be 6 by the time this comes out, and they still love Matchbox cars, so I can never go wrong with a whole bunch of new Matchbox cars, and they're very inexpensive. So I think we'll just get a lot of fun little things, and then if Eric has any idea for something bigger, we'll do that. Oh, one thing I did think of, which I think Finley's getting one for his birthday, and then if we like it, I might get Jack one for Christmas, but a digital camera, like a little one that's actually half decent. So that is one idea. They love to take videos of each other, like jumping on the trampoline and stuff. So.
Yeah, I'm getting Ivani one. I got her one when she was like 4, and she broke it. She said I was too little for it. I didn't know how to use it.
Yeah, they had one too, and it was really cheap. I want to get one that's like a little better.
Yeah, I found one that like actually takes pictures and stuff. Like, Anyway, it's like a $50 one rather than a $27 one. But yeah. Later on in this video, I think we're going to talk about like how being a Mennonite has influenced Christmas time and stuff, but I feel like gifts among at least my family, I don't know, like we have Josh's family that gets together and exchanges names. Mm-hmm. We have my mom's side, she gets all the grandkids a gift, and then we're getting gifts as well. But I still feel like our Christmases are still way toned down compared to the rest of the world. Like, at least for how people portray it. Like if you watch, like people are getting like giant screen TVs and like hoverboards and like all this stuff for Christmas. Like I mean, it depends what they need. Like, I'll use Christmas as an excuse to buy a new bike for somebody or, things like that. But I think for the most part, even though we do a lot of different little Christmas things, it's really not that much money in the end, at least for what I've been seeing. I don't know. I guess every family is different, but as a whole, wouldn't you say that's kind of how it is?
Yeah, I think so. And, we might spend a little bit more money on our kids because we have 2 of them versus 5, or, So I think it does vary from family to family. But overall, I would say we tend to be simpler.
Yeah. But I don't think that means like a family with big kids is suffering anymore because they're all still getting to play with each other's toys. You know what I mean? It's so much stuff.
Like, yeah, we probably spend maybe the same total amount, and mine's just split up between 2 boys rather than 4. So
exactly. So,
yeah, it's a good point.
Anyway, just I thought of when we were talking about Christmas and gifts and stuff. Have you done any DIYs, like little Christmas gifts? Okay, I'm a little stressed out here. Maybe you can give me some ideas. I have made a whole bunch of videos of Christmas DIYs. You guys can go back and watch them. I have like a library of them. Just like little gifts to give like your neighbors or whatever. But this year I have 2 sets of friends that both want to do like a favorite things party. And not just like, I wish we would do more like a $25 or $50, like here's my favorite thing, and we exchange them. No, this is like you got to get the same thing for all 7 people. Oh. So I feel like it adds up so fast. And if you want to do something worthwhile, like $10 hardly gets a nice gift anymore of any kind, even if it's like, and I'm like, food doesn't feel right because it's the sugariest time of the year. Like, I don't know if I really want to give out sugared almonds or like homemade caramels.
Well, you could do your Mama Java coffee.
I could do something like that. Yeah. But even then it's like, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to be spending either, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Like,
your zipper pouches.
See, it feels tacky to give stuff from my line,
I
but
agree.
I guess like it's stuff I love, but I don't know. I feel like I need to think a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But and then we have also our extended family. Yeah. New Year's Day, is it this year? It's New Year's Day?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's like if I want to do, which you don't have to participate, but the aunts and the cousins often will like make a little something DIY.
Yeah, I have mine done. I've had mine
but it's
done
like
for
20
months.
people.
Yeah, it's
How
a lot
many
of
is
people.
it?
I don't know. I didn't count, but it's a lot.
Yeah, and you probably can't even say what it is because somebody might be watching this.
I'll just say it's an embroidery. I've used my embroidery addiction to actually it's involved in a lot of my gifts that I'm giving this year.
Yeah. So are you doing more DIY exchanges besides that one?
I did one of the same very simple project. I'll share it after Christmas. For the Weaver get together. I did it for all of Eric's sisters, of which he has 6 sisters and 3 brothers, so it's like 10 of them, and his mom. And
then all your friends.
And then a bunch of my friends.
Yeah. So that friend group, tell me some of the things you guys have exchanged.
I tried to make a list because we have done so much stuff, and we don't always do. In the past, we really did stick to a lot more DIY stuff, but as people got busier and you do all the things, we kind of sometimes people do DIY and some not. Like there's no requirement.
And are the price points kind of very varied? Like one year somebody might do something a lot, and the next year it's small,
very
and like
much.
Nobody's holding it against you.
Like some years someone might do like a loaf of bread and apple butter, and that's fine.
It's kind of like whatever your idea was.
It's very like there's no rules.
But it's so fun. Like I can't wait to sit in a circle.
I think I can't remember who gave me this, but someone gave me one of those like rice pouches.
Oh, like a neck warmer.
Yes. And I just used it the other day, and I was like, oh, this was a nice gift. Keychains. I'm thinking of the Weaver family too. Some of the DIY stuff. Soap, chapstick, candy, cupcakes. My sister always does note cards because that's her business, so she designs them and gets them printed. I did bead garlands one year. I can't remember for what though. Was that for the Weaver thing? I don't remember. It might have been.
But I did. I gave wood bead garlands at one time, I believe.
Maybe it was you, and I did it for something else.
You did like a leather pouch to your friends one time. Like you got.
Oh, that
was a nice gift.
That was a bigger gift, because it was a handmade. I did not make it, but someone did. Oh, my mom or someone made like hot pads.
Mm-hmm. Quilted.
Stephanie made tallow balm.
Yes, I know. I'm still trying to get her to make it for my shop.
Yeah. Trying to think what else. Like soap scrubs. Someone did.
Yeah.
Adrian gave chapstick one year for the Weaver thing.
Yeah. Homemade vanilla is always a hit.
Do you remember when our moms used to make baskets?
Oh my word.
I think my mom gave baskets to some people.
Our moms did so many different little crafts. But I think they did it just one year. And they like soaked the reeds in water.
Yes, it was a whole operation.
It was a crazy basket though till the end. There was like a wooden lid on it and everything.
My mom still has some of them.
crazy.
Calendars. Sometimes people make calendars. Like, you can design them and print them out.
Oh, I've designed different things on Canva and got them laminated, like wipe off eraser board things and stuff like that. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. I was actually thinking about this year maybe doing more of like something like banners. Get like
Joelle
something
does them,
printed off from Little Good Calico, but then I have to hem them all, and I'm just not sure how good my hemming's going to be, because I know like it can sometimes be hard to.
It's easy as it looks.
Yeah, I know hemming in a square is sometimes hard because it can get ropey really quickly.
You have to iron it and pin it, and that I hate it.
Anyway, I'm thinking of doing like 7 or 8 of those. It just sounds like a lot.
Yes.
So.
Oh, I was just thinking about it this week. The best DIY gift that I think lasted the longest. Do you know what I'm going to say? You have one too.
The dried florals.
Cindy's fresh flowers, which turned into dried flowers. I threw them out yesterday.
There sits mine yet.
Yeah, she still has hers. I was like, why didn't I save this and like highlight it? Like, Cindy, are you going to give us more fresh flowers this year? Because mine are in the trash.
Well, that was not for Christmas, was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
That's what she gave everyone for
Oh my
Christmas.
word, that's been forever.
So it was in January. We usually have it in January, but still it lasted for months, and they still look pretty, I think.
Yeah, they're dried.
So that was a gift that definitely had some longevity.
Yeah, there you go. I saw something going around on Instagram that I really liked. It was saying about people do not want to be the reason that you're in debt. Like, if you want to opt out of things this year, like, just opt out of it. Just be like, I think I'm going to keep our Christmas smaller this year, whatever. If financially it's not fun to get, like, even if you could afford it, but like, sometimes you feel the pinch, like maybe your husband's job situation changed, or you have a medical bill, or like, you know what I mean? It's just like, you don't feel like spending lots of money. Yeah. You don't feel responsible. It's not fun for you. It's like, I don't know. Some years it's fun to give gifts, and other years it might feel stressful. Or
even like might not even be a financial thing. Like, my sister was just saying she has a new baby. They're building a house. She's like, I just don't have like the bandwidth to, purchase gifts. And was like, just do your name exchange that we have. We always say no one needs to get sometimes we like to get everyone gifts, and we always say you don't have to do that. And sometimes some people do, and sometimes some people don't. Like, a gift isn't a gift if there's pressure behind it.
Yes, and nobody wants to be the reason you're in debt or the reason you're stressed out.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind. I think we're all old enough and mature enough. I don't know, maybe it didn't need to be said, but I think it does need to be said.
Yeah, and if you get a gift from someone and you don't have something for them in exchange, like, just enjoy the gift.
Yes, and send a thank you card.
Or remember, like, next year, yes, just don't feel bad about it. There's no use stressing.
There you go. Anyway, I thought we could talk about traditions and stuff. Do we want to talk about Mennonite specific things first and then get into the rest? I thought we could talk about the things we're excited about. I know, like, a lot of you guys are already doing your things. You're probably not looking for any more ideas. Advent has already started and all of that. But I just imagine that you ladies are there, wrapping your Christmas presents or making Christmas cookies, or maybe doing the unglamorous things of like cleaning your house and whatever, all the normal mundane stuff. And we're just chatting here. Yeah. So we're going to talk all things Christmas to get you in the Christmas mood. I'm trying to think, what would make Mennonite Christmases different? First of all, yes, we do celebrate Christmas. I know that's even controversial in some circles.
You want to get me upset? Talk about how Christmas is a satanic holiday and Christian, no. I'm sorry, no.
Well, the churches we both came from say that Christmas trees are satanic, so
I don't know that they would say they're satanic. I shouldn't have used that word. That was not the right word choice. But like, that Christmas is a pagan holiday. I'm sorry, but if you're a Christian and you're telling someone that we shouldn't be celebrating this holiday that pretty much everyone knows is celebrating the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and you're going to find a way to twist that and say it's not something worth celebrating, I don't really care. Like, if maybe some druids in the past had a festival around the same time. No, okay? That should have been a hot take, but that probably is a hot take. But, I don't want to hear it. Like, just celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't celebrate any of the Hebrew calendar stuff or any of that kind of thing. So I feel like it's very
important. It is a church holiday. It is.
Yeah, and it's really, I think, like the mystery of Christmas, and like the happiness of Christmas is also like, you need that when you're talking about Easter and everything too. It kind of connects. So yes. I'm for adding more religious holidays to the calendar, not taking them away. Right. Like, up until a little bit ago, I feel like the Mennonites really celebrated Ascension Day. If you know what that is when Jesus went back to heaven again. was it 40 days after Easter? And so the Amish still celebrate that, but the Mennonites have largely lost that. Like the kids still go to school on Ascension Day a lot of the time.
The conservative groups still observe it.
Yeah, but it's like still dying out. Like a lot of businesses that would have been shut down, like only a few are still shut down on Ascension Day anymore and stuff. I'm like, oh, we shouldn't be going backwards. We should be adding to the religious calendar.
I think it's because it's often like right around Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So it's just like a logistical thing, I think. But yeah, I do think it has every right to be celebrated and it should be.
But yeah, anyway, so keeping the real meaning of Christmas, we grew up not doing anything to do with Santa Claus. Actually, I feel like Santa Claus was a little bit demonized when I was a kid. And now that's not really how I'm raising my kids. I'm just like, oh yeah, Santa Claus. I guess they know this gist of it. Like, he's a fat man who comes down the chimney and puts gifts in kids' stockings. Like that's the story that parents tell their children. And you don't need to talk about it with the neighbor kids because that's their thing. You know, if they want to talk about that, that's fine. Yeah. Don't burst their bubble. Like I would feel bad if my kids were bursting the neighbor kids' bubbles.
I tend to think of it as like a fun tradition. Like I don't necessarily think it's not the reason for the season. It's not what Christmas is about, but it's still kind of part of the whole cultural Christmas.
Yeah, it's true. It's just, I always tell them, like, we love looking at Christmas lights and like the more blow up Santa Clauses and Grinches and stuff, the better for my little children. But I'm always telling them, like, that's not what Christmas is about. We always make a big deal of like, oh, we're looking at the manger scene. And like, you know, they know what Christmas is about. Our family has chosen, this is more Josh's opinion than mine, but we don't do anything with stockings just because it's kind of that same thing. But I have friends that would hang stockings and do like the little gifts and stuff.
I did last year and I forgot. I need to find them and hang them because I probably still will. But we grew up without
Christmas trees because Christmas trees were supposedly like, I think they take a verse out of context in the Old Testament maybe a little bit.
Yeah, the pagan bring trees from the forest into their home or something. So mine's from Walmart, so I'm good.
Oh no, I like to get I'm like, God made the tree, and if I'm gonna go out to the woods and hack down the tree and bring it into my home, then so there's nothing wrong with it. But I also don't Ivani's always like, when are we going to decorate our yard for Christmas and stuff like that? Yeah. And I'm like, oh my word, that's so crazy. I would never say there's anything wrong with decorating your yard for Christmas.
Yeah.
But 1, it's a ton of work. 2, I didn't grow up that way. And 3, I don't know. I don't think it's I like the white lights.
Yeah.
Like, I think that looks tasteful, but it's just not my style or anything.
Yeah.
So
Finley was just saying he wants to cover the entire roof in colorful lights. And I'm like, you know what, Finley, we're not going to be doing that.
Yeah.
For multiple reasons.
Yeah.
But, time, money, work. And like, there is something to be said for just having a more simple Christmas. And that's one thing, for whatever reason, we just don't do in our Mennonite culture. And the outside lighting and probably not. I mean, I might have a little tree on the porch with some lights around it, but that would be probably the extent that we're gonna go.
Yeah, and a lot of natural things and berries, and I don't know. I feel like also in our Mennonite culture, a lot of people decorate for Christmas into winter. Like people aren't taking their stuff down. Like I know the day after Christmas, there's gonna be all these take down Christmas with me. Like people are taking down their Christmas stuff the day of Christmas.
No, I keep mine up till February.
Yeah,
or at least
so
most
that's
of
just
January.
Not, and that's how we would have, like, our moms would have decorated with snowmen and like whatever, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not just like super specific Christmas, red bows everywhere, that kind of thing.
Regarding Christmas trees, I didn't grow up with one either. We, as a family, didn't get one till like 2 years ago. I got like a little 4-footer, and we've been putting that up just for fun. I have it actually sitting on a table, and it looks pretty from the outside in. And it's just like small, and
it is such a welcoming sight driving in your driveway and seeing the twinkly lights.
I
on your
love
Christmas
the lights,
tree.
And I have like this little Christmas village set up, like with the little houses and the little tea lights, and I just love the sparkly lights.
I know, but it's funny too. Like a lot of the people that don't do a Christmas tree will still do lots of little trees everywhere and stuff. So whatever, but like.
It's such a legalistic thing.
Yeah, whatever.
But there's nothing wrong with not having one.
It's probably something that if you're not in the Mennonite culture, you're like, what in the world? This is kind of like hypocritical or like, what's the big deal? But yeah, I think also too, you can make a huge deal about a Christmas tree and like all the gifts and like, all that, like it can become the center.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I think if you want to stay away from that as much as possible, of it, like it being all about the gifts, go for it. Like there was a time where Josh's family, we didn't exchange names because Josh's dad just felt like that's not what Christmas is about. And then he got grandkids and now he's like all on board for the Christmas gifts, So yeah, I mean, it's just preferences sometimes. This doesn't always have to be like a specific verse in the Bible either.
Yeah, or there's nothing wrong with being like, hey, this year we're not doing such and such. And then the absence of it when you had it previous years will bring it to your attention even more. And then maybe next year you do it again. But like, you know, just taking a break or whatever to really make sure that you're focusing on what is really important.
And I think sometimes on Christmas traditions, we can like really beat ourselves up. It's like, oh, we did that for the last 3 years and now we're not going to have time to do it this year, or it rained the night of that nativity thing we can't go to. We don't need to feel bad. Like if certain things are not working for us in certain seasons, like it's supposed to be about peace on earth, goodwill toward men. Like let's not run ourselves ragged. And every time we add something new, maybe we should be taking away something old. You know, we only have so much capacity. And as our children get older, certain things feel more special to them or important to them. And so, yeah, you just can't do it all. And I love hearing about everybody's little Christmas traditions and stuff. Like something I don't do, but a lot of my friends will like wrap a book for every day of Advent, and kids get to open the book and read it and whatever. It's just not for me. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I have like our 4 Christmas books that I saved. 2 of them are Berenstain Bears. One is like The Miracle of Christmas. Another, anyway, I keep my Christmas books separate, and then I put them with my Christmas decor, and then they're out for the season, you know, when I get my stuff out. So yeah, I mean, just do what works for you.
Yeah, I would say we don't have very many traditions like with our little family that we do every year. We like to do different things. Like some years we'll do some sort of advent calendar. Sometimes we don't. Yeah, we don't do a lot of the same things every year.
You used to go to Christmas church every Christmas, right?
Yeah,
because your church would always have a Christmas service.
Yeah, I mean, we did for many years. I think
which seems appropriate.
When we had like a lot, like when everyone had like babies and little kids, we kind of stopped that because, you know, the little kids don't want to go to church on Christmas. But I don't know. I think we might do it again this year. Actually, we probably will because we're doing Christmas Eve with my family. So I grew up doing that. Like at least when we were older, teenagers, we would go to, my church has church Christmas morning. And I think it is special.
Will they have it since Christmas is on Christmas Eve? Will they have another service the very next day?
What do you mean Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve is Sunday. Sorry, this year.
Christmas is Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've never not had church on Christmas.
So they'll just have it back to back.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Something else I love, like a Mennonite tradition, is Christmas caroling. Like, I don't think have you guys ever been Christmas caroled too? If you have, maybe you're older. I don't know. But like, I really love Christmas caroling. Josh usually leads our group. They usually get a couple people that can sing and lead songs and whatever. And my children have been talking about it this year. Like, they're so excited. Fletcher asked, he's like, can I have a songbook this year? Like, okay, sure. Like, we always go back to the church afterwards and eat snacks. And like, you know, sometimes older people will give them candy and things. We always sign up for the outdoor routes because one time we went into a retirement home and Josh literally was like almost passing out. I'm like, lean up against the wall, like, because they keep it like 85 degrees in there,
and you're
it's
like wearing coats,
so hot. Anyway, so we always sign up for the outdoor ones. Give us the rain, give us the cold, much preferred. My favorite Christmas tradition, I think, though, is still gonna be like getting a real Christmas tree. We go, you should try it.
I want to some year.
Yeah, we go the day after Thanksgiving or the next day. So either Friday or Saturday, we'll go out to the Christmas tree farm and get on the little wagon sleigh. Like, I don't know, tractors sometimes pull it, sometimes it's horses, and they have the sleigh bells going, and you go out and pick out a tree. We always get like the smallest tree possible, pretty much, because our house isn't that big.
Yeah,
but it's still like $110 or something ridiculous. But it's real greenery, and I feel like if I have to see this giant tree in the corner, I don't want it to be plastic. I want it to be real.
Yeah, I think a real one would be fun too. Some year we'll do that.
Yeah, but then I don't put ornaments or plasticky things on it either. I just do like wooden beads, lights, and like we do a homemade little salt ornaments.
Oh yeah, I have tiny little like round plasticky ornaments.
Okay, yeah, because yours is so little and tiny.
Yeah,
very good. Christmas cards are a big Mennonite tradition for sure.
Don't even talk to me about Christmas cards right now.
You don't want to tell the story?
Yeah,
see what they think. Let's weigh in, guys. What should Jayna and Eric do about their dilemma? Keep in mind, Jayna's sister is the Christmas card queen. She has a print shop. She does not have a print shop. She works with a print shop. I'm sorry. She is a designer, like a graphic designer. She does lots of Christmas cards for people in the area. We'll have to put her information down below for next year, or if you have a baby announcement that you need done or anything like that. She does amazing work.
She does. She's the best.
But yeah, what happened?
Well, okay. So the whole story is that I ordered our Christmas cards, and I know I should get Eric to approve them because he really cares deeply about our Christmas card. It's like a thing for him. So I really should have got him to look over it. She sent it to me, and I wanted an edit done. I had a suggestion that I wanted her to change something. So she did that. And I guess in my mind, like, I was waiting for her to send it back, and then I possibly would have sent it to Eric. I can't like promise I would have sent it, but she just ordered them right away. She made the change and ordered them and never gave me like the final, because she's busy and I'm her sister and whatever. It's fine. So they came and she had like a Merry Christmas on it in like a scrolly font, but she did not have the M and the C capitalized.
In Merry Christmas.
Yeah. So we had this big, fight, whatever, discussion about if it's like an element of art or if it's like grammatically incorrect, which I know Merry and Christmas needs to be capitalized because it's a proper noun. I understand that. But my argument was it's a decoration, so grammar doesn't apply. But he was like messaging our high school English teacher who has a doctorate in English or whatever, and like getting her on his side that it doesn't matter if it's a decoration or not. It still needs to be capitalized. So I said, okay, well, that's fine. Like if you want to reorder them, you can work with Joelle and reorder them or redo it, because then Joelle was like, no, it's not going to look right if we just capitalize the M and the C because it like changes. It wouldn't look right aesthetically. I'm like, I'm out of this. Like, I'm done. So I think he ordered more. I'm not even sure. So.
Oh, my word. Yeah. I'm all for like the stylistic, like lowercase everything. But then I'm like, I see how it is with Christmas being Christ's name.
That was his
like,
main, that was
God,
his big thing.
if you don't capitalize God, immediately it looks sacrilegious. But like, what about Christmas? I don't know what I think about that.
I think that it should be capitalized. Like, I agree with that. And if I would have thought about it, I would have said, oh, we need to make this capitalized. Like, I'm not disagreeing with him. I'm just like, is it worth reorder? Like, is it such a matter of conscience that
I would never reorder
Christmas cards when they look fine? Like, I don't think anyone's gonna be like, whoa, it was not a grammatical error. It was a design choice. But whatever. If it's that big of a deal to him, we will get new Christmas cards.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Submit. I'm excited for Ivani's Christmas program at her school.
Yes.
Every year I could just cry. She was in the program last year, but their school was getting rebuilt. And so it was too small to have K through 12 all sing together. But normally every year they have K through 12 all sing together. And I could just cry every time. It's so touching to hear all these voices like singing together. And it's like, feels like heaven for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm excited for the Christmas program.
Do they do an alumni song like where you go up and sing?
Yes, but it's from a certain year. They only started doing a certain song every year. So it's not when I was in school or anything.
Okay.
So I don't get
Our
to go up.
school does it, and I am always forced to go up.
Is it like a common hymn, like Joy to the World or something?
It's Hark the Herald.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jayna.
Cut that out. Cut it out. Yeah. I think that's what it is.
The beep was not swearing.
Yeah.
The beep was singing.
Singing. I think it's Hark the Herald Angels Sing, I think.
Yeah, that tune. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and going to school where your boys went to, like,
Yes,
your boys go to school
I
where
love
you
it.
went to school. That's pretty cool.
It feels like home.
Yeah.
But now we have our new gym, so our Christmas program will be at our school this year for the first time that I have ever. We usually have it at a church, but this year we can have it at our own school, so that's going to be fun.
Nice. Yeah, and like you had it on your list about you're excited for your Christmas banquet. Like, are you in charge of that since your husband's like an owner?
Yeah, I mean, Eric and his business partners are in charge of it. I'm sure at the last minute they will have all these things they want me to do. They don't
like
plan very far
door
ahead.
prizes. And
They get the gifts. They take charge of the gifts. I think last year I got paper supplies, and then we have to like help set up. But
is it like
we
a
get it
fancy
catered.
dinner?
I think we're having it at. We used to always have it at Yoder's.
Like a banquet hall. Okay.
Yeah, but now last year we did it at like at Woodcrest. It's like a facility, and we get caterers.
Do you do entertainment?
Eric is usually the entertainment.
How do you mean?
Like he'll have a game or something, like one of those games that are fun.
You play at your table or
makes
something.
it fun, or like he'll ask trivia questions or something like that. When his parents had the shop, they often had someone come in and do some sort of entertainment. But Eric has found that the employees would almost just rather have time to like chat and socialize. So we keep the entertainment to a minimum, and it's usually Eric doing something.
Yeah, something smaller or whatever. And is there like prizes and like gifts and stuff or things like that?
Sometimes there's prizes for the games, and then they have like pretty nice Christmas gifts for their employees.
Okay.
I would,
because I know Josh has worked with like Amish companies too in the past, and sometimes it was just like a big bonus, and sometimes it was gifts and like whatever. But
they have always, a bonus too.
The Amish were all into their entertainment. Like some years it would be like people singing, or like literally, I kid you not, the one year, this old man, he's like 4'8". I don't know. He comes hobbling up to the front, and gives an entire speech, like 45 minutes, enthralling, captivating, about his time in a concentration camp over in somewhere in Europe. And like, it was gripping. It was horrible. It was terrible. Here it came out in the newspaper 2 weeks later that he's like a scam artist, made up the whole story, and gets paid hundreds of dollars to be at these events. Like, he's basically a speaker, like a comedian or like whatever. Yeah.
That's
anyway,
awful.
You know what? I was like, I can't even be mad at him because it was so good. Here he was just like copying off of somebody else's story. So it would have made it a little less impactful if he was just like, I'm going to tell you a story of somebody, in my past or something.
But it's a lie.
Scam artist.
That hustle.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Anyway, but yeah, I still would rather have listened to him and known it was all a hoax than like some of the comedians I've endured through my years and stuff like that. Like, oh man. Anyway, yeah. So is there anything that you try to do intentionally to keep the meaning of Christmas and like, not to lose focus on all the trappings of the season?
I don't know. I try to just keep our attitude focused on that the whole time. But with Eric's family, we always pack health kits. I think it's through Christian Aid, but they have a list and all the kids get involved and they throw the items in and then we roll up the towels. And we always do that like on our Christmas celebration. So I think that, helps to focus things on, giving instead of receiving. I do like to, I think I mentioned this before, like have the boys buy each other gifts. Yeah, just try to have an emphasis on giving rather than receiving. But it is hard, especially with little kids, because you don't want to take away from the, I don't know, magical moments and all the fun things.
There's some families I know that like unwrap stuff every day and then they have like an activity that they do. They do something for somebody else and they open gifts and they like do all these different things all throughout the season. What I do is I have these little magnets I got at Dollar Tree and I put numbers on the lids of them. They're kind of like the spice jars with the magnets on the back. Anyway, and inside I will put a name of a Bible story character from the Christmas story, and I'll tell the story. I did this when I was a second grade teacher too, and I tell the Christmas story through the eyes of that Christmas character. Just like zero thought, zero preparation ahead of time or anything. I just know what to say. Like, so we'll start with, maybe Mary and then Anna, Zacharias, like that kind of thing, and just go through and we add more to the story through the eyes of that character. And then I think I always have Sour Patch Kids, like these are the little characters,
Cute.
Whatever, in there just for fun. So something interesting. And they, sit and they listen with big eyes and I don't know, it's kind of fun. And we make it very short and very simple and easy, but it's something I did as a teacher and I was like, oh, I'm just going to keep that up. So
yeah, we did an advent calendar one year with like little verses to read every year. But we're just like so not routine scheduled people that we would often forget. And then we'd have like 2 or 3 to do in one night. So like it wasn't the best fit for us, but
well, and you do it too long and it's just like 25 days of Christmas is long. Yeah. I make them on the fridge in the shape of a Christmas tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, and it's 12 of them in all.
You know what?
So
that
12
would work
is doable.
better.
12
yes,
is doable.
That would be so much better.
Yeah, go to Dollar Tree, grab the stuff.
Yeah.
I guess there's not really much time for you guys to do that, but hey, for next year.
Yeah.
Let's get everybody's mouths watering. What are we excited for to eat in this season ahead?
My family does not have like a specific thing that we eat. My mom usually asks like, what do you want? Sometimes we do brisket. I think we've had wings. My favorite thing is my dad makes this. I feel like I've talked about this before, but my dad makes this seafood stew type dish that we eat over pasta with Parmesan cheese and garlic bread, and it is just amazing. That's my favorite, but Eric would obviously prefer like if we did brisket or even like sometimes ham, the traditional. But what I also really like is usually, not always, but if we have Christmas Day with my family, we'll do like lunch and then something lighter for the evening meal. And I love to have like a make your own sub, like a cold cut buffet, because I'm all about my sandwiches. And we we get all the best of the best things and make a really good sandwich.
That's what we're doing this year for the evening. That's what we're doing this year. But I was just we're gonna make the sandwiches. So there you go. Don't even make them. Let everybody make their own.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Okay, I like that idea. But that brings up a whole nother thing. Like, obviously, we're not always at the same person every year for Christmas. Do you guys like take turns back and forth? How is it juggling family? Like for us personally, we both have our families close to us, so we're not flying and having to commit to one family or another.
Yeah. So Eric's family.
Is there drama involved with that?
Thanksgiving is more drama than Christmas because I feel like we are in a pretty good routine with Christmas. But Eric's family does it. They used to do it Christmas Eve, and so that did complicate things sometimes. But now his family is like big enough that they don't even try to do it on right around Christmas. We have it the weekend before, and we do a whole weekend. at their little retreat center that they have. So
they own that?
Him and his brother.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they, Eric's parents. So we have the whole weekend. So people kind of come and go, and there's usually like 1 or 2 meals that everyone's there, and it's just kind of low pressure. Like you make an effort to be there for all the time that you can, and it's not on Christmas weekend or right around Christmas, so it works for a lot more people because he has family members that travel from out of state, whereas my family doesn't. So then my family, every other year we do Christmas Eve, and every other year we do Christmas Day. So then the opposite one is just my little family then.
So you have all those different little in-laws, like different in-laws and stuff. It just
it gets so complicated because like what works for one in-law, it doesn't work for the other one because it doesn't work for their family, and it's so hard to make things fair. And Eric's like, you know what? Especially for Thanksgiving, we are going to just do it on a case-by-case, year-by-year basis. Like, other people can have their schedules. That doesn't work for us because Eric's family doesn't always do the same thing. So we can't say we're going to do it every other, and then the year that it's his family, they're not doing anything.
Yes.
So we just kind of have to play it by ear and do it on a year-by-year basis, and hopefully people understand.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. And I guess with Eric's family, he has nieces and nephews, so it's like even bigger. Like his nieces and nephews are getting married. I mean,
yeah, he has.
So it's like getting to be a more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Josh and I had to kind of navigate. We're both the oldest, and so we kind of had to navigate that transition of we always go to our house for Christmas, but it's like no, now we have to. So right when we first got married, it was just working around me and Josh's schedule.
Right.
Well, now we have 4 different in-laws on the one side and 4 on the other, and so
it gets more complicated. And I feel like there is a transition. Like as the family gets bigger, it gets less in priority, the extended family, and then it's moved to like January or like then after a while it's moved to May.
Yeah. Do you remember when we used to have Christmas Eve with the cousins?
Yes, that was the best memories of Christmas, our Weaver Christmas.
And now it's just not as priority.
But honestly, the Weaver Christmas is still one of my favorites.
I know. Why? Why is that?
I don't know.
So I love my aunts. I think that's why.
Yeah, I think so too. And Grandma just, I don't know. And
yeah, it's I feel special when they invite us to stuff because it doesn't happen as often. Like our generation getting
I don't
included.
know. I just love that Christmas.
It's so nostalgic. Anyway, we hope that you enjoyed this episode, and maybe it was just a chance to hang out together.
Yeah.
I don't know if you learned a lot or not, but it was fun. We had fun, and let me know down below because this is something I struggle with so much. Josh is like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I never know. So, what have you asked for Christmas this year? I'm more of a event person, an experienced person. So yeah, if you have any tangible gifts that the children can watch you open, what did you ask for? I would love to know. There's still time for Josh to go out and get it for me. Anyway, thanks so much for being here.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.